Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back or welcome to the Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or on my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Good day to you, wherever you are, whether it be morning or afternoon or night. I'm wishing you all my love, sending all my love to you wherever you are. Welcome. Good morning, everyone coming in. Good day. Today's a very interesting day energetically for me. I kind of woke up a little earlier than normal, feeling this incredible excitement. And I was like, oh, today's going to be an interesting day. The energy felt very exciting. It felt like a big shift from last week. All of a sudden, I felt it this morning. Last week felt a little bit heavy, a little bit like a lot of emotional stuff going on, a lot of stuff with other people, a lot of relationship stuff was all last week. Good morning, everyone coming in. It's nice to see you all joining us. Welcome, welcome. So this morning I woke up with this excitement. It felt like fresh, and it felt like I just felt so good. So I navigated through my morning and I went into some meditation. And again, I'm sitting there meditating, and the vibration of excitement kept distracting me from, trying to meditate. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to allow this feeling of excitement to come in and try and navigate through some of it and see what spirit has to say about why this excitement and the energy. Not sure what the weather's like in your end of the world, but it is very gloomy here today. Some rain and freezing rain. And I'm looking out the window thinking, well, the energy is not really matching the weather. And so I just kind of navigated it through with spirit. And what spirit has started to talk about to me with this new moon coming in, we have a new moon coming in this weekend. With this new moon coming in, there is a big action that is kind of stirring up within many of us. There's this action. So it's like many of us collectively are going to be putting our action plan into momentum, and the momentum feels very aligned. Aligned action is better than just regular action. So when you come into alignment with what you want and feeling that force of that purpose that you are kind of aligning to, there's a lot of that coming in right with this new moon. I'm feeling it early. I'm feeling it today. Like I said, I got up with just this, I don't know, I just felt very inspired. I felt very light. I just felt a big shift. And it felt really good. The other thing that's coming in with this new moon is a stronger connection to our spiritual self in understanding our truths and understanding our authentic self. And there seems to be, I felt a lot of, aha, I know what I want, and I know what I don't want. Aha, I know a little bit more about my soul's journey and my soul's purpose. And that's where the action is coming in. Now, do we know all the answers? No, we don't need to know all the answers or exactly what the mission's going to look like. But I felt that collectively, this energy coming in, it felt like it almost felt like a nice spring day for me energetically. It just felt very crisp, very clean. It felt very pulled together. I felt very inspired, and I leaned into spirit a little bit more, and I said, what's going on here? Like, what's going on here? Many people, even like globally, collectively, are kind of pulling in that a little bit more. It's been because of past experiences. It's been because of navigating in some spiritual growth, and there's more people pulling into that attention, is what spirit said. They're giving more attention to their spiritual selves. And this new moon, for whatever reason, I'm not 100% sure as to why this particular new moon coming in this weekend seems to be pulling that in. So I'm curious to know if any of you are just feeling a little bit excited or aligned, or have a sense of knowing, or have been thinking a little bit more along that line, a little bit more of, what, do I want something different? I think I'm going to go for it, or I think I'm going to take that leap of faith. Leap of faiths are also coming up for me for the next couple of weeks. And I talked about that before. I felt that 2023 was going to bring people a lot of leaps of faith and trust and good things with that kind of momentum. Now, when it comes to aligned action, it's our responsibility. And I've said that, Spirit has said that to me a lot. I'll say something to Spirit like, I really want to do this. I really want to do this. And spirit will say to me, well, what are you doing to make that happen? What are you aligning to in that? What are you working towards? And are you willing to navigate through a lot of that fog to get there? So I'm curious if anybody wants to chime in. Are you feeling a similar energy coming in? Are you feeling a little bit lighter? Are you feeling a little bit inspired? Are you coming into that alignment this week? And if not, just kind of remember that I said it. We can chat again about that the next time I go live. But I'm curious. I felt a sense of openness to love and happiness when I woke up this morning. Thank you, Sandra. It felt very shifty for me, and it felt very sudden for me. Like yesterday, I was in a really good space with spirit. The energy was good, but I didn't have that strong powerhouse lift of heaviness off of me. It felt last week felt very heavy. It just felt like there was a lot going on. I felt people's emotions were very I'll use the words exposed, but I also felt like they were thrown out at collectively. Like, here's how I'm feeling, you have it. That's how last week felt for me. This week is feeling so much lighter. Nisa, yes, I definitely feel like the heaviness has lifted. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm curious how the rest of the month is going to play out as well. I'm having so much more clarity and questions are being answered. Very refreshing. So there we go. Now, for some of you who may be sitting there with, well, I haven't felt that yet. That's okay. That's okay. What you can do to help with that is start working on what I talked about your intentional aligned action. Intention. We can set intentions all day long, right? We can sit here and say, this is what I want to bring in. This is what I want to bring in. But if we don't do anything with aligned action to align with we kind of slow down the process of the intentions. Definitely felt light and secure these last 2 days. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. That's great validation for me when when I get some channeling to hear that you are feeling a bit of a shift. Separation of excitement with your own desires is extremely important. I almost feel like I'm at a space of new beginnings. I feel like there's been this reset of new beginnings, and that's kind of how I'm picking that up from spirit. It feels fresh, it's new, and it feels aligned. I pulled the sun card yesterday for my daily read and felt light and like great things are on the horizon. 100%. 100%. There's something going on that's shifting. I did talk about it in my predictions for 2023. I did say that 2023 felt a lot lighter. I felt a lot of growth. But again, that comes back down to the work that we need to put in to stay in that alignment, right? So my spirit's advice to you is work on that alignment piece. Work on that action plan. Even action plan can be energy as well. So when I say action plan, that can be energetic action. I am going to, savor this vibration of feeling light. I'm going to savor this vibration of feeling happy in this moment. That doesn't mean that things aren't going to come at you this week, but I think that we need to kind of savor those feel good moments and kind of sunbathe energetically in there a little bit longer. We're really good at staying in heaviness or in negativity or in things that don't serve us, right? We've kind of mastered that as humans. We kind of sit too long in what's uncomfortable or what's not right. But when it comes to the opposite end, I don't feel that we savor the magic enough. We don't savor that moment of feeling good. So I savored this morning, and I'm still savoring it. I can't wipe the smile off my face on that feel good. So I want to align with that, and I want to take action in that, and I want to take action to bring that forward. Does that make sense? And, please, your how you feel about what I'm speaking about is so important to me. So I'd like to know if that makes sense to you. Do you feel and do you connect with being aligned to those feel good things? Camilla, I have an oracle card deck and pull the dancing with the universe card yesterday. Yes, there's this huge shift of vibration that's happening, and I'm going to savor it. I just want to savor it and kind of align to that, because when we align to something like that, that's the momentum, and that helps with our aligned actions on what we want. Right. So when you just think about it this way for a second, let's just say you're setting intentions for like a new job or a new relationship or a new new teachings or new learnings or something new that you want to bring into your life. When you align with that action, with that feel good feeling, that's aligned action, and that helps with momentum, and that is the action that we bring in. If we're taking an action from a space of gloom and doom and everything's wrong in the world, when we take that kind of alignment, that's what we're pulling into our intentions. That's what we're pulling into there. I had a sensation like this later last week too, like the feeling of Easter morning of a fresh spring day. I've been reminding myself of that feeling and can pull it back into the present. 100% energy this morning, even though it is a cloudy, gloomy January, Ontario, Canada morning. I just felt it very differently, and that's the alignment I'm going to run in today. I'm going to run in that. I am going to do my work in that. I am going to stay in that, and because I can't stop with this excitement feeling for the day. And I'm always happy to hear your opinions and what you're feeling, what resonates and what doesn't resonate. I'm always very much okay. I'd like to touch base with that with those of you that are here or with those of you who are going to watch the replay. I want you to know that it's very much okay to say I'm feeling something different, or I have a different perspective. I'm very much okay with that. So if you are struggling with something that other people are collectively tapping into, feel free to share. It's we all journey together. You know how I feel about that. We all journey together, and it's really your feelings and your energetic perspectives are very much valued here with me. So I just want to put that out there. I don't know. I just felt really pulled to say that because as a spiritual teacher, and as and we're all spiritual teachers. We're all healers. I think it's important that we feel comfortable in sharing. I think that it's really important. No one spiritual teacher or leader holds all the answers, and no one spiritual teacher's way is the right way. Or the only way, sorry, the only way. So please feel free to share, like some of you have, about the cards that you're pulling or the sensations that you're feeling, or what you're processing. If you're comfortable with that, please know that you're safe and you're welcome to do that here on the channel. Last Friday night, I did a group event, and I am going to be filming. I haven't filmed it yet, but I am going to film. I had a very interesting shift in my mediumship. I had something insane happen, and I will be sharing the story in whole. But what was interesting with Spirit is I had a spirit while I was on the platform channeling messages. I had a spirit shift how I was working, just like that. Just like that. And it was very sudden. I didn't understand it, but I stayed there in that workspace. And the reason I'm sharing a little bit with you about this experience before I actually post it is I just want to touch base on sometimes that how we're working and how we're navigating with our own spirituality. It can change very quickly, not just with mediumship, but with how we connect, how we work with energy, how we view things, our perspectives. We're constantly growing. And, one thing that I've learned through the years of working with spirit is that trust factor piece, that little piece of the puzzle of on my journey, that trust piece came into play big time. And what ended up happening is it was probably the most profound space that I've ever worked in the spirit dimensions. So I'm really excited to film that video. I'm hoping to get that up later this week as well. So that's something to look forward to because it was really exciting on what happened. Okay, let's fire a few questions at me. I do have some time. Lucia, I'm finally seeing myself and really digging deep. This has helped my spiritual awakening. That's awesome. I'm glad that this is helping. I can feel my soul really moving forward. It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Yes, it is feeling lighter. I 100%. That is exactly what I've been talking about. There is a bit of a light thing going on. I hit on a link from an ad to try for my own online boutique. Oh, wow. I've never done something like this before. I don't know what came over me. It's obviously going to cost money to try. Will this actually be success for me? Let me sit with that for a second, Easy Puff. One thing that I have, and I'm always brutally honest when I ask spirit, I give it to you as I see it. I feel a little bit of caution with this particular with this p I don't feel caution with you starting your own online boutique. I don't feel caution there. I feel like slow and steady road, but I have to kind of give you what spirit is showing me is make sure that you're digging deep into, and I know nothing about online boutiques, I'm gonna be very clear. But make sure that I can see like a shovel kind of digging deep. Make sure that you have all the answers before you get into, whatever platform or however this works. I need to make sure that you're asking spirit for clarity, and I also need to get you to ask spirit. I need you to kind of use similar wording. Show me if this is not the right platform for me. I really need to get you to ask for that. The online boutique feels really good. The direction on how you get there, I need to make sure that you've got like your investigator's cap on and making sure that you have all the answers and that you're asking for the clarity. I hope that that helps you there, Easy Puff. Nisa, I'm wondering if you see a new job in the near future. Nisa, I see opportunities and I can hear knocking. So I can hear like that knocking, the opportunity knocks kind of feeling, but I feel like you've got choice and free will in it. I feel like it's going to be, I don't feel you abruptly having to change. I feel like there's choice and free will. I also feel that part of you has been asking for some expansive when it comes to work. So either you've been manifesting a shift in abundance, or you've been manifesting in the back of your mind, I think it's time for a change. I have to kind of lean you into, if you're asking, the doors are opening. And I think that that's a very powerful place to be standing, Nisa. Let's see where I need to go. Is it Nichelle? What does my spirit guides want me to know and pay attention to? I'm just sitting for a moment with your spirit guides here for a second. I'm just asking them to come forward. One thing that I really need to talk to you about is really your authentic self. So when I ask what you need to pay attention to is that authentic space, and kind of coming home to that authentic space. So I don't know if you tend to people please a fair bit, or if you kind of tend to not put yourself at the front of the line sometimes. But I feel like I need to talk to you about that. I feel like I need to kind of lean in and remind you that it's okay to put yourself at the front of the line sometime from that authentic space. It's almost like I've got to there keeps shining this bright sun around you. You have this brightness that you just don't be afraid to shine it. And I think that you're going to be stepping into that even more and more. I also have to remind you that sometimes our light can be too bright for some people. And what they're saying is that you just shine it anyway. Sometimes, we step out of who authentically we are because of the reaction and the responses from other people. And I really feel like I need to remind you that you can be authentically you all the time. Sometimes, we don't embody or embrace that, and we kind of lean in and lean out and lean in and lean out. They're saying very loud and clear, they're asking you to pay attention to your own inner light and kind of expanding that and shining that very, very bright. So I hope that that does help you a little bit there. See where I need to go here. Okay, Nisa, I've answered you. I've been struggling finding where to put. Okay, Shelby. I've been struggling finding where to put my day-to-day focus on. Any guidance there? Shelby, one thing I need to kind of talk to you about is when I was asking Spirit that question, what they dropped on my lap was a big pause button, like a button, like a pause. And one thing that the Spirit is saying is that you need to give yourself during the day a few moments of practicing that pause of just for it can be 5 seconds, it can be 5 minutes. They're asking you to put a little bit of focus on practicing the pause. I feel like you've got really, really strong intuition. And I don't know if you kind of hear that in an answer, but I feel that if you can just practice hitting that pause button to just say, I'm breathing and I'm listening. I'm breathing and I'm listening. They're saying to practice that breathing and I'm listening. And if you can just kind of lean into that a little bit, it can, and if it can literally be for a minute, 30 seconds. I'm breathing and I'm listening. I feel that there's the overthinking, or that busyness. There's a lot of busyness up here for me. I think that if you can practice pausing that, I really feel that there's the shift within you spiritually. But when you ask what the focus is, they're asking you to focus on on being able to practice that pause a few times a day. I hope that resonates with you. There's absolutely no harm in trying something like that. I'm just going to practice the pause. And the more that you practice it, the more that I think you will understand what they're trying to tell you with this hearing piece that I think is quite strong for you. A rise in Phoenix. If it's fair for my parents to offer inheritance from my grandparents when my grandmother didn't seem to like me in this is a good idea, or can it cause issues getting any? Is it fair for my parents to offer inheritance from my grandparents when my grandmother didn't seem to like me? Is this a good idea? I'm just having a wee listen there. I don't feel it's a bad thing at all. And what I get from spirit dimensions is when we pass, we have a very different perspective. We have a very different perspective. Quite often, like 99.9% of the time, when I channel a soul, who they were, they will talk about who they were and the lessons that they learned and the issues that they had here in the physical world. But they don't carry them because they've worked on a lot of their own healing when they've crossed over. Okay. So I also feel that your parents gifting you this inheritance, it feels like it's a good thing. I don't feel like it's going to cause any issues. I don't feel that. I don't feel it as issue at all. And I think that um I'm just having another listen here, Risen Phoenix. I'm just getting a little bit more on this inheritance piece. I also feel that if you separate the energy that you're feeling, I feel like you're adding energy to it. I think you need to step out of that and take it as a beautiful gift. Is kind of how I need to kind of give that to you. What spirit is doing is they're wrapping this with a big red bow. I can see this great big red bow is look at it as a gift, not as a problem or an issue. Okay. I'll leave that with you there. I hope that that helps you. Um, is there a connection between luck and karma? Oh, that's a good one. Um, so let's talk about luck. Okay. So I feel and with my conversations with spirit, I feel that luck is something that is usually manifested. All right. So I feel that we kind of align to good things. I feel like sometimes luck, it might be in our cards to have that experience as well. But I feel like for the most part, we are aligning with that. When you think about the good things that we align to, everybody most people do want to bring good things in. People who have really people will often say to me, good things are always happening for you, Lana. Like, I can't believe how lucky you are. Good things are always happening to you. And here's my response. And I'll say, yeah, and I'm really grateful good things are always happening for me. But that's what I'm putting out there. I am putting out luck. Right. I also feel good out, good in. So, putting good deeds out and brings good deeds in. So there's that part of karma, right? So and I really believe in that. I really believe that, what we and our that kind of karma, people often say, well, I'm really good and I'm really kind and I'm really this and nothing good ever happens to me until we pick that apart. Until we pick that apart. There's also the karma that we receive when we cross over to the spirit dimensions. So when I died and I sat with my spirit council, all those wonderful good things that I put out here in my time in the physical world, I got to feel that, and my soul got to, um, you know, learn and grow from. The lessons that I learned, and it was, this is what you can improve on. It was like kind of having an evaluation, if you will. This is what you can improve on, and you can either improve on it when you return, or you can improve on it in the next journey. So I don't hold a lot of fear surrounding karma, basically because I do my very best not to put bad intentions out. I try my best to live, from a heart space living. But luck and karma, are they connected? It's good in, good out, good in. It's very much that simple. Because I do believe, how, and I've talked about this before, how powerful energy is. What you put out, you get back. Right. And sometimes we get it back quickly, and sometimes we get it back and it seems like a long, long time. And sometimes we get it back when we're up in the spirit dimensions. So that was a really good question. So thanks for asking that question. Let's take a few more here. When will I move abroad? When will I move abroad? I'm just having a feeling on that. I feel like there's a little bit I feel like there's a little bit of a delay from when you're hoping to go. I just feel like a little bit of a delay there. And I think it's either going to be like paperwork, kind of delaying some kind of paperwork, or delay in work. I don't know why I keep seeing work and paper. So I don't know if it's both, if it's gonna be paperwork and work. I do see a little bit of a delay. However, I don't feel it long. I just feel like it's like I can feel your excitement, your excitement, your excitement. Then I can kind of feel you with, is this ever going to happen? And then I feel it happening. So I really feel that when keeping your focus on what we talked about earlier, visualizing yourself on that plane moving there, I don't feel like it's going to be far out. I just feel like it's a little bit more pause from when you're hoping. Nisa, for all of you looking to push your intuition further, Lana has intro to spirit classes. It's so good, and I highly recommend it. Don't be scared to do it. Thank you very much, Nisa. The Intro to Spirit is up on the website, thehawkandI.com. It is a 4-week introduction to spirituality. We do a lot of intuitive work. We do an introduction to a whole bunch of things spiritually. It is a lot of fun. It is on Zoom. You're welcome to go over there and have a look. There are some spaces left. It is filling up fairly quickly. It's a really fun workshop. Thank you, Nisa, for that shout out. Let's see where we're going. Joan, my daughter-in-law is due any time now after a high-risk pregnancy. Will my granddaughter be okay? I see that baby completely surrounded by light, Joan. I completely surrounded by light. There is also a lot of spirit around her throughout this pregnancy. I'm feeling a lot of like excuse me, ancestors, kind of protecting. I feel the angelics. I also feel I don't know if they're predicting a smaller baby, but I think she's going to be bigger, a little bit bigger than what they anticipate. So I don't know, Jonah, are they like how they kind of estimate the size of a baby? I just feel like she's a little bit bigger than what the estimation is. I feel a lot of excitement. I don't have any worries, Joan. I think that it's going to go very smooth. Um, and Joan, is she having a section? Just if you can yay or nay that for me, if you feel like sharing. If not, that's okay too. You're welcome to just kind of leave that. But I don't have any worries whatsoever, Joan. I feel very excited, and I'll give you an early congratulations on that. Um, no, okay. I don't have any worries, Joan. Okay. I feel quite good. Um, I've been feeling strong connection towards growing my connection with psychic medium and shamanic journeys. Do you have any tips on continuing to growth in those areas? Um, for my shamanic journeys, I did do a lot of self teaching with that. I can't remember the name of the CDs that I purchased. I should know them because I use them all the time. I just one of those things that you just kind of hit play. When it comes to growing your mediumship, what has really helped and is having that guidance of a mentor. I still twice a year I still meet online with a mentor. It may not necessarily be for teaching, but it is to help me navigate through a lot of the hurdles with my mediumship, and to give me some space to just kind of dump and kind of explore new thoughts, new processes. I would suggest either you get yourself into some workshops, and with the mediumship part, it's extremely important when learning mediumship, that you have that support and that guidance. It's a difficult process to kind of navigate through on your own. The other thing that I feel would help you is being able to connect with an expanded tribe. So, other people who are studying mediumship or other mediums that can kind of help navigate you on your way. I really feel that support, I feel like the support is huge for you. And I also feel the support helps you with your focus. So I don't know if you do better when your kind of feet are held to the fire with you have to show up every Wednesday night for class, and here's an assignment. I just feel better with that. I've traveled the world, looking for guidance on growing my mediumship. And I have found that some amazing teachers, and I have found things that didn't resonate with me, and that's okay. Exploring through workshops has also taken me in new directions, things that I would never have thought I was going to do. Never did I think in a million years. I took a remote viewing workshop purely out of curiosity. I more or less wanted to dive deeper into the history of remote viewing, and just understand a little bit more what I was seeing. And the remote viewing just kind of like grew at such a rapid pace that it was just incredible. And if I wouldn't have taken that workshop, it may have been a long time before I was able to foster that on my own, or perhaps maybe I wouldn't have given remote viewing that deeper opportunity. So I would suggest kind of taking a look, having a feel what resonates with you. I always trust my gut when it comes to any teacher or workshop that I'm taking. That it has to resonate with me, and energetically it has to be a vibrational match. I'm big on that. I'm big on vibrational matches. It's just, I don't know, it's important to me. Well, this has been a great morning chat. I do have to get myself ready for some readings. I know there's still some unanswered questions here. And my apologies, but I do have to get ready for some. I have Zoom sessions this morning, and then I have to drive to my studio for in-person sessions later on today. So I do need to move along. I am wishing you, as always, love, light, blessings, a spirit guided day, and I will be back for some more lives. So if I didn't get a chance to answer your question, we'll have an opportunity to meet again. Okay, take care, everyone.